Say Cinco de Mayo. I'm Barb Sorum. I'm one of the directors of prevention initiatives at Minnesota Communities Caring for Children. I'm very happy to be your host today. It's my first time, so I'm so glad we have Emily and Becky and Jenna here to help me out if I miss anything. So if you're joining for the first time, we know that self-regulation, co-regulation are strong protective factors that buffer stress and trauma. Practicing them regularly, even in small doses, really helps. And I know this, practicing it daily for the last month has been really helpful. I put the link to additional resources and past recordings in the chat box. And you can get to the chat box at the bottom of your Zoom screen. And you can kind of see the schedule on the screen. So 5 minutes opening. We'll spend about 15 minutes with Anela today with a centering practice, and then we'll break out into small groups and then come and close at 1 o'clock. I want to start us out with a breath today, this morning. I still think it's morning, so this afternoon. And I like my Hoberman spear. When I present, I take this with, because it's great to be able to, it's a visual. So if you're working with kids, this is a great one. And then they hear your verbal instruction as well as being able to see what you're doing. So when I expand, we'll breathe in and exhale. We'll do this a couple more times. Breathe in. And exhale. In. And exhale. My granddaughter loves this. She wants to take this one home. It's the only one I have, so I have to hang on to it. But she understands the importance of just breathing. I'm going to share I don't know if it's a poem, but a reading. It's called Fear, and I'll put it in the chat box when I'm finished. And I'm not going to say the author's name correctly. Khalil Gibran is maybe how it's pronounced. And here it is. It is said that before entering the sea, a river trembles with fear. She looks back at the path she has traveled from the peaks of the mountains, the long winding road crossing forests and villages. And in front of her, she sees an ocean so vast that to enter there seems nothing more than to disappear forever. But there is no other way. The river cannot go back. No one can go back. To go back is impossible in existence. The river needs to take the risk of entering the ocean, because only then will fear disappear. Because that's where the river will know it's not about disappearing into the ocean, but becoming the ocean. So, I like that one. Thank you. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Anela.
Thanks so much, Barb. I love that quote. Would you be willing to post that in the chat also?
I will, yes.
That's lovely. It's great to be with you all again. I'm just going to move, it looks like to gallery view. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. So last time we were together, we did a little bit different of a practice that I was hoping that we could do again, since there's a number of newer folks. And it is working inside of a space that we create of our own resilience. So right now, particularly when we're in confinement and locked down in our homes. Oh, there you are. Oh, good. I get to see you. Thank you. Um, it's really nice to be able to create a space that we can go to and be part of an experience that's somewhat outside of our normal environment. So if you were here before when we did this the last time, you can use the same space or you can create a new one. And what we're looking to do is imagine a place where you feel comfortable and safe. And this can be a place that either is part of your experience today, or maybe it's a place that you've dreamt of going to or seen in pictures, or maybe it's a place that you just have imagined all on your own. Maybe it comes to you in dreams. But you can just take a moment to connect with that place in your mind. And if it feels good, you can let your eyes fall closed to really help yourself settle into this spot. And when you have a good idea of where you're heading today, you can begin to imagine yourself arriving there. Maybe if it feels important, you can envision the journey and what it took to get there. But you can begin to feel yourself arriving and becoming present. And when it feels accessible and reachable for you, you can begin to tune into your sense of sight, looking around, noticing what you can see in this space. Allowing yourself to tune into the colors and all of the different shapes. Noticing what kinds of natural elements are surrounding you. Seeing if there's wide open space to either side of you. Paying attention to if you're up high and looking down, or if you're right in the middle of things. Just allowing yourself to take in all of the different sights that are present with you. And then starting to notice what are the things that you can hear in this space. Can you hear the air moving? Is it windy? Is it making a sound? Maybe it's rustling through the trees. Can you hear birds? Or little critters scurrying around? Or maybe you can hear the footsteps of people passing by, or not. Can you hear the water moving? Just taking a moment to let all of those sounds in. And starting to tune into your sensation of touch. Maybe you can notice, are you sitting or are you standing? What parts of you are making contact with the ground, or the log, or the carpet, or the rock? Whatever it is that your skin is touching. Can you feel the air touching your face? Is there anything special about the air that you can feel? Is it warm and humid? Is it cool, breezy? Is it salty? Do you have anything in your hands? Anything that you're longing to touch? And noticing if there's anything that you can smell in this place. If you've chosen like a loved one's home, are they cooking? Or if you're at the river or the sea, can you smell the water? Or does the earth smell a certain way? And as you take those in, you can spend a little time noticing, what do those smells connect you to? What do they remind you of? And just letting all of those sensations settle in, taking as much of it in as you can. Starting to tune into what your experience is internally. What do you notice about your breath while you're in this place? What muscles start to relax and settle in? What are the moods and the emotions that you're reminded of and called to? And for just a moment, let's play around in this place to get a sense of what it would be like to turn it up a notch. If we were here and this was our equilibrium, right at the middle of our dial on a scale of 1 to 10, if we were at a 5. Take a moment and just turn up your dial by 1 notch to a 6. Letting the sights and the smells and the sounds grow in intensity just by 1 more notch. And notice what that shifts for you. And for some people, you may start to feel like this is either too much or just right, or maybe not enough. And so just notice what that feels like. And if it feels good, go ahead and turn it up just a little bit more. And then coming back down to where you first entered in to your space of equilibrium. Let's just take a quick moment and try to dial it down a little bit. If you took your notch or your dial and you took it down 1 notch so that the colors became a little bit more muted and the sounds a bit quieter. Noticing what that experience is like for you. Getting a sense of where your range of resilience is going to be the most powerful for you. And then finding the level of vivid and intense and present that feels right. Go ahead and just find the right level for yourself in your spot. Allowing yourself to be present. Experiencing your breath. Experiencing whatever level of interaction feels right for you with your space. Getting ready for us to make the trek back into the room together. We're going to first look around in your space where you are right now and just make note. What are the things that you want to take with you for the rest of your week? How will you remember how to get back here when you want to come back again? And what, if anything, do you want to leave here and leave behind? And taking one last moment to say your goodbyes for now. You can start to presence yourself back into the room and come back to the group.
Thank you, Anela. That was perfect.
I think, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think Emily's going to put us into small groups so we can continue the conversation and check in.
Thanks, Barb. Yeah, and for anyone who's new, we'll just, the prompt is, how was that experience for you, and what else is present with you right now? So we'll be breaking up in just a moment, and then you'll get a notification when we have just 3 minutes left. One quick adjustment, there we go.
How was that experience for you? I'm not going to a room.
Oh, okay, so I need to move someone.
Sorry.
Move 2, that's all right. 3. Okay.
How was that experience for you? And what else did you say?
What else is present for you? And then I will say, and we started that at 12:49, 50, 51, 52. At 12:52, we'll I'm just working on my broadcast message. 3 minutes.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to do that next Monday, and I've not done that before either.
Well, you did wonderfully. That was a beautiful message and breathing activity. So,
well, thank you.
Are you feeling good about, like, do you have
much better now that Anela trucked me down?
It was beautiful. You did such a wonderful job.
Good, thank you. And it kind of fit, the reading kind of fit for me because I put myself on the river
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really landed, I think. It was really resonated. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on Monday, you put them into groups, but you typed in a message that's in this instructions too, right?
Yep. So did you print out the practicing resilience agenda
I did. The
flow?
flow.
Okay. Yep. And it sounds like we might want to modify that a little bit next time, just so we don't have people reading all the stuff on that webpage. So we can update that maybe on Thursday or something, or whenever. But
What do you mean on the web page?
Oh, so on the agenda flow, now that we have that like picture that we put up at the beginning that says all the stuff that we used to just read off, we maybe can just modify, like shorten that a little bit so people don't feel like they need to read all of it.
That, and it's like, yeah, but I practiced it this way, and if I change it right now, I had to keep going with how I.
Totally. Well, and that's how it's written. So I'm just thinking we might want to update it for all of us so we all can work off of a more simplified script. So at 52, so when you're doing the breakout rooms, and you don't have the breakout rooms access right now, but you'll have broadcast a message to all.
I don't know why.
Oh, good. Oh, well, perfect. Well, so that one, we'll broadcast a message in a minute. I don't know if that is listed on here, so maybe I'll pull up the practicing resilience part, and I'll broadcast that in just a moment. And then I can add that to our agenda flow for the host to remember, so you can see that next time. So you might have to reprint out the schedule. Okay, I'm going to broadcast now. And then at 52, 53, 54, 55. So at 55, I will close all rooms. So let me write that in this is helpful to walk through as we're doing it, so I can just add it to the agenda. So we've got, 52, 55, that's when I'll close the rooms. Agenda flow.
Okay, so when they all come back, I don't really say anything. I close with the breath.
Basically, yeah. Just like, and sometimes it's nice to thank the practicing resilience host again. So Anela, just like another thank you. How do we see that? Okay, so for the host too. Oh yeah, so on the practicing resilience schedule, it says, welcome back night. Special thank you to the practice guide. I don't know if you need to do the reminders here. Do you have that on? I don't know if it's listed on your.
Oh, there it is. Welcome back. It's nice to see so many of your face. Oh, no. Yeah, debrief. Okay. Special thank you. The goal of these sessions is to have an opportunity to practice tools. Do we read that?
I don't know if we need to, really. Because most of these people have been on this so many times that it's like, I don't know if it's worth, we could just do the closing breath, really. Oh, shoot. You know what I did? I forgot to stop recording it, so all of this is recorded. Pause,